Good evening and welcome to episode number 2 of Surviving the Times. My name is Duke Chastain and I'm here with Hottie from Down Under, the bombshell of the bunker, my beautiful bride, C.D. McCrae. How are you doing tonight, baby?
Hey, y'all. Good evening. We are live.
We are
Check
live.
us out.
Yeah, live is not something that we're going to be doing very often, but
No.
we figured that most of our shows are going to be recorded and edited, but we did plan on doing about 1 or 2 live streams a month. So I figured, why not make the second episode our live stream episode? Because it's been a pretty busy week, hasn't it, CD?
Yes. Busy is an understatement. First week back at school. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man. Yeah. First week back at school, having to deal with all the new kids, having to deal with all the new classrooms. How was it setting up your classroom there, CD?
Well, I had the best help. Duke help.
Oh, yeah?
I had Duke's help. So
Oh, you
it
had
was
Duke's help. Oh, okay.
I had Duke's help. And he made it look phenomenal. I'm super proud of it. The kids really like it too. So I'm thrilled. Kids are great. I'm really digging my classes, and having one classroom instead of 3 classrooms is the way to go. I had 3 last year and traveled 3 times a day, which is insane, on top of teaching kids. So it made my day so stressful. So having one classroom and having them come to me is phenomenal. So 7th grade so far, 7th grade civics is great so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's much better than teaching English, right?
Yes, everything is better than teaching English.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think
And
teaching math may be better than teaching English.
I mean, it's kind of funny because you get these kids from 7th grade and then they don't even know what the hell a verb is. So it kind of seems like people have maybe failed them along the way somewhere. I'm not quite sure where.
It's really tough. Really tough to pinpoint where they would have been failed. Good things come to kids, when it comes from people who care. They learn from people who care about them, and they know that. So I think somewhere along the way, someone forgot to care about them, whether it was teacher, parents, I don't know, someone that they just, are lacking.
Yeah, no. It reminds me of when I was in college. I went back to college after being in the Army, and I ran into some girls. I mean, I started hitting on these girls at the bar, and then they didn't even know that New Hampshire was a state. I like to tell the story all the time. This girl, she looked at me like I had 2 heads when I was speaking about going and visiting friends in New Hampshire for Pork Fest, and she's like, "New Hampshire, where's that? Where that sounds fun." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's up there in New England. New England is in the United States. It's not in England." And I couldn't help. I had to shake my head, and I'm like, "Do you vote?" And she says, "Not yet." And I said, "Please keep it that way because we don't need anyone this retarded to be voting." But unfortunately, that's who votes more than anyone else is the retards.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Well, the beautiful thing is, kind of on point, you're teaching civics, and we had some crazy drama happening in real life this week. And the big thing that everyone is talking about is, besides from what happened today with Putin and the Trump meeting, is Trump basically taking over DC. And people have been screaming, losing their minds, especially a lot of people in the old circles that we used to swim in. And some of this episode is going to be touching base and going over the circles we used to swim in. I know both you and I, we kind of met messing around in libertarian circles during COVID, and we've kind of had a falling out with the party and haven't been involved with that for a long time. So as you can see, the title of this stream is "So It's Come to This," a libertarian live stream. And I know you and I really wanted to make sure that this wasn't another libertarian podcast. Please just fucking kill me now if we were going to do that. But we figured, we got to get one in. We got to explain some things, and then we can move on, and we don't have to talk about it ever again, right?
I'm down. Yes.
Okay. So basically what happened this week is that President Trump declared home rule over DC because of the crime in the city. And with the crackdown and setting federal agents out to the streets, a lot of people in libertarian circles are losing their minds. And
no way.
It's kind of crazy. They let the autism go. They let the screeching go. But I personally have gotten to the point where I don't care anymore. I mean, things have gotten so bad in all these cities, and society's just falling apart. So how do you feel about the whole federal takeover of a metropolitan police force?
That's a really hard one, honestly. It's hard because, yes, I do think that, I guess if the federal government has to exist, then making sure that the Capitol is safe seems to be something that the federal government should take care of. It's the Capitol. So if, it goes awry, like it has been, then yeah, they should do something about it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, and then you always go to that argument, because I know too much, that if they do it to DC, they can do it to us. And so but I mean, they could do it now, I guess. And would it be any different if they did it in DC or if they started in a city in Florida? I don't know. Like, they can, so they will. So I guess yeah, I stand by that. If the federal government has to exist, then yes, they should keep the Capitol safe. And you know, I guess in those cases, that's when the state matters.
Yeah.
But I can hear the argument that, you know, martial law on the Capitol, essentially.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, of all the places that it makes sense for there to be federal jurisdiction, for the feds to be patrolling the streets, patrolling the city, it would be DC. I mean, they are. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't think anyone should be living in DC at all.
Okay, fair.
And I will say this right now. I apologize. I don't know if our stream is working on Rumble. I personally am retarded, and I can't get my our streaming service to work on Rumble, but we should be good on YouTube and Twitter. Just putting that out there right now. It's something that I'm gonna have to perfect. I'm the one letting everyone down, so I apologize right now. Dude, and no, Scott, 100%. CD is not naked. She just happens to be wearing a shirt that is exactly the same skin tone. I mean, at least we fixed the whole blurriness with the camera, so she doesn't have to stick her boobies in the camera anymore to get the focus to come back in.
Even
so
though
I'm sorry, guys.
I think you did that on purpose, but whatever.
Me, I didn't do that on purpose to get your to make you put that up there. I don't have to. I mean, I could see them afterwards, which I probably will. So everyone can be jealous.
Okay, so DC under a federal home rule. Yes, if I agree with you. If people have to live in DC, which they shouldn't, they should just remove them. Can we physically remove them? Is that what we do? Do we still do that? Do we still physically remove people?
I mean, like physically remove them from like everyone that lives in DC?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Like, are we talking about just the homeless people? We're talking about the criminals? Or are we just talking about?
We could start there. We could start with the homeless people, and then we could make our way to Alphabet Street, and then we could make sure that those people don't have any sort of permanent residence whatsoever. And then from Alphabet Street, we can move out to a little bit north and just start clearing them out. Let BlackRock just buy that. Why does BlackRock continue to buy our property when they could go buy that? They should go buy that.
Go buy everything.
I think they have nice mansions and big acreages outside of DC. That would.
No, we're talking about like inside DC.
But okay, fine. Well, the Alphabet Streets are inside DC. BlackRock can buy them. Why can't they buy those brownstones? There's millions of dollars worth of property there. Why do lobbyists have to have a permanent residence?
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in Alexandria because I got a lot of friends that work for those alphabet companies still. And they live in the nice areas around there, but you can't get a house for less than $1 million around there. So I don't know how much more expensive BlackRock can make that freaking shithole of a area. So in
the nation's capital, we have nothing but essentially no middle class. So it's just
all the poor people and the rich people.
It's just rich. It's just poor and rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should just clear it and start over. We're clearing it and we're starting over.
We're just.
You have to apply. You have to apply to come here. You have to apply.
I mean, I'm totally fine with them first getting all the bums out of there. I mean, honestly, I'm in favor of them clearing the homeless people out of everywhere. I just had to deal with a homeless person at PetSmart today, walking around, harassing women, walking up and down the parking lot, asking people for money. It's like he would have been a perfect candidate for them to just physically remove him and throw him somewhere. Maybe the swamp. I mean, there's plenty of swamps around here. And then there's literal swamps in DC. So you can get rid of the homeless people. Then you can go block by block and get rid of every single person who lives in the city, because no one was supposed to live in the city in the first place. It was only supposed to house the capital and the president. Right.
Yeah.
So send them all to Baltimore, send them all to Maryland, get them all out of there. Baltimore already sucks. So it's not going to suck anymore if you send all the fucking vagrants and all the criminals out of DC. I mean, I think that's probably a good way to parse that.
I agree. And I'm telling you, we should go back and the way it's supposed to be.
No.
Why can't it be like that? Why do they have to stay there?
Well, but though this kind of does play, I mean, on a negative side, this kind of plays into like a lot of what I was talking about during COVID, and we've talked about this before, is, you know, the whole anarcho tyranny nonsense that people talk about, and it's like that's running all over all these major cities. But the whole point of it is obviously to make crime so bad and to make the regular people so desperate that they're begging for federal authoritarian rule, right?
Right.
So we're seeing the first steps in that. So now Trump and the feds, they're pushing themselves into the city, and they're going to try and like solve the problem. And if they actually do solve the problem of all the vagrants and all this crime, who's going to be the next city to ask for federal assistance, or who's the next city that they're going to send the feds into? I mean, what if you're going to take a bet? Like if you're going to get odds, like on DraftKings or some shit like that, or Policy Market, like who are you going to pick would be the next city that they send people into?
And this administration?
Yeah, like if this works, hypothetically, let's just say hypothetically, if this whole thing works in DC, who are they going to try and send all these troops to and federal agents to next to clean up the city? Because Bonnie just Minneapolis. Go back to the site of St. Floyd
or Seattle. Or wait, where was that? Where were those weirdos camping in the boxes? What was it called? Where they had their own little.
Chop?
No, was that Chop? Was that it? Yeah. That
like
was it, right?
The autonomous zone.
The autonomous zone.
I think that was Washington. I think that was near Seattle.
Yeah,
or I know Portland.
So my second bet would be wherever that was.
Okay. I mean, that would be fun. I would love to watch that. I mean,
they can easily take those cities down, I think, because the rest of the state's pretty red. So if they really wanted it, they wanted to redistrict like they're talking about, probably doing to the whole country. It could honestly work in the Reds' favor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just one of these people that, I mean, I would love to see it. I mean, I'm one of these people that has been watching these videos, like when they were doing all the ICE raids in LA, and, you know, you had all the Mexicans running around with their flags. And I'm like, I'm the type of person, like I've turned into this. I mean, back in COVID, I used to be more like kumbaya with it, but like I've turned into, it's like, I want to see more skulls getting cracked on these videos. I mean, like, I'm watching all these videos all day long on the feed, on Twitter, and I'm not seeing what I want. You know, I want some police brutality in my videos now. It's like, I don't know. It's just completely turned me into a horrible human being, I guess.
I understand.
You understand?
I do understand. Yes. Like just whatever you got to do, you know, whatever you got to do. It's like no doubt.
Jess, you said it right. Commies really bring out the fascist.
They do. And it's terrible because I'm really not that person. I'm not. But I have an anarchist heart. I really do. But at the same time, I'm also like in my anastand, you know, in my place. Yeah, those people don't exist. Like you need to get moving. You don't belong here. That all white place in Arkansas.
Oh, return to the land?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not really like, I'm not moving there because I'm not doing that. I like not returning to the land. I mean, it's nice, but I'm cool. I don't need all that. That's a lot of work. People don't understand. That's so much work. I don't like mowing the grass that much. I just don't. And you got to mow so much grass. If you've ever had property and you've had to mow grass, you understand when you have to look at it for your whole Saturday. That's what you're doing. That's your Saturday.
I mean, that's you keep trying to pour cold water on that, like, because we want to move up to the Panhandle eventually. And I want land because we can't live at the beach anymore because all the freaking carpetbaggers have come down here and they have like ruined my hometown, my little beach community that I lived in my entire life. So we can't afford to live here anymore. But I want to go up to the Panhandle and get like 5 acres or something. You're like, no, you're going to have to cut
because
the grass.
5 acres is crazy. Yes, because 5 acres is so much grass.
We can get like 3.5 of it overgrown with the woods. I just don't want to see people. I want to be away from people. I mean, I'm not talking about like having 5 acres of just great plains out there that I have to go out there with the backhoe. I mean, I guess I could hire some Mexicans to come out there and cut the grass, and then I can turn them
No,
over to
because
ice
in my world they don't exist.
What, Mexicans don't exist in your world?
Not illegally. Mexicans in Mexico, that's good. With applications to come here. Sure. We'll see.
I mean, maybe Guatemala would be better with it.
I think no. You have a point though. Okay, so but I do think
yes. See, guys, I made a point.
You made a point.
She's admitted that I can make.
I did on camera. Look at that.
Look at that. That's a wonderful thing. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
No, you go.
No.
It's your segment. It's your turn.
No, it's fine. You're going to say something.
I wasn't going to say anything. Anyway, no, we don't want to move to Jacksonville, and I'm all about the return to the land. That's fine. If you are down with that, that's fine. But no, it's a lot of grass to mow. So I'm just saying that those people don't let Mexicans in their yard. That's all I'm saying. They don't let Mexicans in their yard. In Arkansas, also, that's not surprising. As someone who's from the boot of Arkansas, it's not that surprising that they have like an all-white community. Marshall,
you gotta go live in
Arkansas,
Arkansas, though.
Marshall, right, exactly. And Marshall, like I can tell you for a fact, Marshall, Arkansas used to be like, if you are not white, don't stop here. I'm not kidding. So like, so it's just not like surprising. Most black people ended up in St. Louis, so or northern.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
I know. Half my family's from St. Louis, and you can't even walk down the streets in the city anymore because of scholars are all over the place. Great scholars.
So, but yeah, so you're saying that how do we get to return to the land? How do we get?
We're talking about cities and places that the federal government can go take over and start cracking some skulls to clean up the crime.
So it's fine. I'm voting.
I don't think they're gonna. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna have to send them into that town in Arkansas.
No.
Just saying.
They can create a separate but equal. That'd be fine. That'd be great.
Didn't they?
Oh yeah, we don't have to do that anymore. Oh yeah, so fuck off. Yeah.
Well, no, didn't they do that during like around COVID or during the whole Summer of Love? Didn't they talk about this town in Georgia?
Yeah, maybe,
Georgia,
probably.
That a bunch of black community leaders were trying to build their own black-only town, and everyone was praising it and loving it.
Sure.
Yeah, wow. I mean, why not? Who cares? But back to the federal agents going into the cities. Speaking of federal agents, a big thing that popped off this week was, there seemed to be a lot of arguing and drama between Candace Owens, Milo Yiannopoulos, Tucker Carlson, and everyone's favorite little gay fed boy, Nick Fuentes. And so I'm starting to feel very vindicated because I've been calling, like everyone else is starting to catch up with me. I've been calling Nick Fuentes a fed for years at this point, and there are many reasons for it. But he came on and he tried to, and he posted this video about how he is America first and how he is not a fed. So let's check this out real quick. Have you watched his little rant that he did online yet? I can't hear you. Your microphone is dead or muted.
No, I saved it for this. I have not seen it so that I would be fresh reaction.
Okay, so here is Nick Fuentes losing his mind and yelling at people. Where you see he's, I am America first. You're not even American. So here we go.
They're all involved in this network of oligarchs and billionaires. I'm the realest nigga on the internet that's in the middle of my generational run. And it is not going to come to an end anytime soon over my dead body because a bunch of fucking autistic spurgs that weren't even born here are going to try and lie on my name. Elon Musk, you weren't born here. Milo, you're a Jew and you weren't born here. Candace Owens, your husband, wasn't born here. Go the fuck home. This is America first. I was born in America. This is the only country I've ever known, and I will die for America. Can you say the same? I am America first. You are not. You're not even American. And to the extent that you are, you're a fucking traitor. That's the last word on that. That's the show.
I am America first, is what he claims. That's kind of funny because I have been saying that there's a reason for this. And look what the ADL just posted today. What is an anti-Semitic term? America first is now an anti-Semitic term. I've been saying for years that Nick Fuentes is A, gay, B, a fake Mexican, and C, a fed-op. And this is the reason why I've been saying that. He claims to be America first. He is America first. Well, his whole point and whole purpose is to taint the America first movement, to taint the term America first, because now when anyone claims America first, they can just point at this little queer mo. This queer mo out here screaming, talking about I am America first. His rant right there didn't inspire me to think that he isn't a Fed. If anything, it made me think he's a Fed even fucking more. Yes. And I've been saying this for a long time, that this guy is a Fed. Like, how do you feel about that whole idea?
Oh, I've always agreed with you. I mean, he just comes out of nowhere. I remember Nick Fuentes and baby Nick Fuentes, right? I remember when he started on YouTube and got kicked off YouTube. I mean, people remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. And so anyway, but I remember, and he was such a like a pick-me. It was so. I don't know. Every single time you heard him, he was like, I don't know. It just gave off fake and inauthentic, no matter what. And it came out of my mouth. I wanted to be like, oh man, this kid, maybe he's got it. And no. You know, we are echoing. We're echoing bad.
We're echoing bad. Okay. CD's mic has an echo. You need to turn that mic down a little bit, if you could, please.
Okay. It's still echoing.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Now it's better. It's
JC, let me know. This is our first time doing a live stream, everyone.
Thank y'all. Thank you guys.
Yes, let us know.
Sorry. Okay, I'll start over. So I agree with you. I'm just saying I agree with you. I think Nick Fuentes is also. I also think that he's a Fed because of the way he came on to the whole scene. When Rogan was getting big because he was against the COVID stuff, and this isn't even before COVID. This is Trump. And when Trump comes out, that's what I'm thinking. I get 2016. Okay. Yeah, that's when he was out, was 2016. And it just came on way too strong. And like literally, like, do you have Trump's balls in your mouth? Like that's what it really sounded like. It was so rah-rah cheerleader. And then this America First thing. I don't know. I agree. And then him at January 6th. That was it. That was the moment. That was it. Whenever you were when he was at January 6th up there screaming.
Telling people to go into the building.
Right, yelling at people to go into the building. He didn't go in. I don't think he ever went in.
No, he was just out. He was just out there.
Yeah. What are you doing? I don't know. He's always been like that, and I think he's really, really showing his colors. And all these people, like Candace had him on, and I mean, I thought that their conversation was pretty productive from what I heard. I don't really. Either one of them, whatever, but like I thought that the conversation was pretty productive. And then he comes out and he does a show, and then I saw the clips of him, you know, where he was talking all kind of smack about her, and then she's like, okay, well, if you want to talk about it, come back on my show. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this kid is like really burning every single bridge he's ever could ever.
Well, and he's
just out there. No one's ever going to pick him up. He's never going to be anything more than what he is now.
Well, I don't know about that because he has been growing like all through all this controversy and everything that's going on right now. He has been growing more and more and more. But that also kind of like lends back to my thoughts. And it's like he's just an op because what's like the public sentiment is growing more and more against Israel and what's happening in Gaza right now. And it's not something that we typically talk about too much because there's plenty of people out there that can't say nothing can't talk about anything but Israel and Gaza. But
Right.
because of like a lot of the public sentiment is turning against Israel right now, he seems to be growing more and more in popularity. And like now he's beefing with Tucker, one of the biggest shows in the world. He's going on like with the Hodge twins all the time. He's beefing with Candace, beefing with Milo. Like all these people have major followings and they have major media presence. So as the criticisms of Israel grow, he's growing, which once again, he gets to put the label America First on his back, on his forehead. He's like, I am America First. So when people come out and talk about, well, I don't want to fund this, I don't want to fund that, I just want to fund America, we're America First. They're like, oh, you're America First? Like this little queer over here, Nick Fuentes, who clearly hates the Jews. I mean, the Groypers, all they do is call people Jews online. That's their only argument. That's the only thing they ever do. Like if you say something, there's like, oh, well, you're a Jew. Oh, you're a Jew. This is a Jew. Shut up, Jew. It's counterproductive, and it's something that, you know, people with bad intentions would do. It's not something that someone that has like an actual positive motivation or a constructive, you know, when they're trying to be constructive, it's not something that someone does. They're just trolling and they're not making themselves look good at all.
Okay, fair. I hear you. But I don't think that they will ever let him be. I don't think they'll ever let him be any bigger than they will want him. You know, they'll use him for that, you know, America First. So and then maybe, but they'll use him so that they can burn him. Yeah, and it's like he already knows that. That's what I'm getting at. He already knows that he's done. It's over.
Yeah,
So however big he grows, I guess it's up to them. They're the ones that decided, and it's not like his platform only gets as big as they allow.
Agreed. And that's something that Milo pointed out. He's like, either he's completely ineffectual, or he's not a threat at all, or he is a Fed. Is like, if he was a threat, they'd crush him. You know, or they don't see him as a threat at all, or
they're just using him. They're just using him and they're just keeping him in the wind right there, close enough. They could silence him if they wanted.
Yeah, and they
could make him go away if they wanted to. If he was really a threat to America, a threat to Trump, a threat to the whole, I don't know, whatever he does, the America First, whatever.
Yeah. And yes, Ronan, apparently there was something about him in Destiny. I think it had to do with him sucking Destiny's dick.
What?
Yeah, apparently the rumor is that Destiny and Nick Fuentes are little butt buddies together. And or at least at a time they were. And the way that this guy's mannerisms, the way he sits, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he got himself a big old load of Destiny spunk in his mouth, you know?
He's a super twink. He always bitches about girls, but like he talks about girls like middle school boys that don't have girlfriends talk about girls.
Yeah, like all your students talk about girls.
Yes, like they don't know anything. And so, but they act like they know something because somebody's older cousin told them something. And now, you know, but that's how they talk. When he talks about girls and he's like, and all she did was bitch and moan and like, dude, I've been listening to that rant. I was like, this is not real. This is not real. This is not a real relationship. This never happened. You're just making this up. You're looking dead in the camera and you're just making up a story about a girl so that people don't think you like to see homos naked. And it would almost, I might even like him if he was like, you know what? And I'm gay. Oh, dang. Well, why not? So I don't know.
Well, speaking of gay, I guess we got to finally get to this topic. The Libertarian Party.
That topic.
That topic, yeah. I got a little.
I didn't know where you were going.
No. I don't do transitions that well, but I figured we're talking about gayness and autism and spurging, and that transitions right over to the Libertarian Party.
Okay, fair.
This past week or last week, we try to have him on the show, but some of you may know Mitch Connor. He is a member of the Swamp Creatures podcast. He has been a big member, or he was a big member in the Florida Libertarian Party and the Florida Mises Caucus and the Mises Caucus in general since before 2020. Tried to get him on the show tonight, but he had other obligations tonight. But he posted a big old video last week about how he left and why he left. And I was kind of surprised because he was a true believer for a very long time. And he actually also happens to have a little special place in our story together. Is like when we were at Yale in 2022, when we were having a lot of fun and first started dating or whatever. What happened?
Nothing. It's me and Scott, and they're being funny. Anyway, I'm listening.
No, but wanted to bring him on, but he finally tapped out, and he went on a long rant saying "fuck you" to a lot of people out there, and I figured it was finally time to get this off our chest, say whatever we need to say about it, and then we can move on and never say anything about it ever again. So, CD, would you like to take the reins on this? Because you posted a couple things on Twitter that happened to piss a lot of people off that we thought we were pretty close friends with. And
yeah, that part was hard. That was hard. I thought friendships were tighter than political parties because.
Well, and caucuses. It was all over the Mises caucus.
Yeah, it was tough. That was tough.
No. So basically, after the takeover that so many of you probably know about in Reno, we sat back and we're like, all right, what's next? What are we doing next? What's the plan?
Which I'd been asking since it started, for the record. That's on the internet.
You're asking
where I was asking, okay, what do we do with all this momentum? Because I've worked in politics, I've worked in party politics, I've done this before. So how we have all this momentum? What is the first 100 days look like if this happens? And no one could ever answer my question. And that's what I wanted to know. And then they were like, we have to wait till we see how much money we have. We have to wait to see the budget. We have to wait, just like true Spurgs, just like true Tists. We just have to wait to see the numbers. And it's like, why don't you just create a plan and then make it work? But anyway, keep going. So
what do they end up doing with all that money afterwards that they raised? They put on a tour, a Mises Caucus tour across the country, and they were hitting all these blue cities all across the country for no reason. Like there's no group of people to pull from. It was retarded. I felt it was retarded. And their headliner was supposed to be Dave Smith and like Maj Trey and all these people. And what happened? Dave bailed out like after the first show, I don't even know if he went to the first show. He bailed out. They dropped like a couple $100,000, I believe, on this tour.
It was crazy.
And then they just gave up.
I'm pretty sure it was $600,000. I'm pretty sure, or something.
Really?
It was something.
That's the number that you heard was 600,000.
I remember the number being close. I just remember there being a 6 involved. So
was it 6 million?
That seems a little high, maybe.
It seems a little high. I mean, no way they could have brought that much money in, right?
So then on in and around there, that's whenever I think you had
the LPNH and LP Mises Caucus, or the NH Mises Caucus thing went down.
Yes, pull Jess's comment up. They were just trying to clout her to get people to show up, and people were like, nah, exactly, because who wants to go sit in 5 panels? Who wants to pay money on a weekend to go to a shithole city in a shithole hotel?
Like one of the cities was Oakland.
Different panels where you're just listening to podcasters that you can listen to for free on Apple Podcasts. You can watch them for free here, where we're like they're doing the exact same thing that you can get, and they're giving you nothing new. All they're doing is touting each other. They're just literally walking around, sucking each other's dicks, and acting like this is some sort of victory tour. When like the real work hasn't even. We're not even. Oh my God! Like we don't have a plan. This is the plan. So what? You're gonna go to a bunch of different libtard cities and hope that more than 5 people show up and to go watch people that they can watch for free online, And then what, they get to hang out? Trust me. They didn't hang out with people that didn't pay money. And I'm pretty sure that was 5 people that paid for a meet and greet with people that you can go anywhere and you can meet them because they're everywhere. They just show up. Hey, oh my God, it's JC. Hey,
hey JC.
And so anyway, I'm just saying that I was so irate. I remember when I got the email that they were even thinking about this, and I was like, Duke, is this what I think this is? And again, they're advertising it like it's something you want to go to. Don't you want to come listen to these people talk in a room? Don't you want to sit near them? I'm like, I could just go anywhere. I could watch them online. I can go anywhere with any group of internet friends, and there they are.
Here they are. I mean, here they are in the chat right now.
Yes, I mean, exactly. So I'm just saying, I'm like, this is what we got all this momentum. We did all of this and raised all that money. They worked so hard.
Josh Smith left Oakland, so he wasn't there no more.
that was a loss for Oakland for sure. And isn't Angela from in around there?
I don't know. I think she's from LA.
Maybe not. I don't know. I just know California. But yeah, that was the end. That was it for me. The snatch break.
That's is that the Democrat Party or is that our party? I don't know. There's not enough black people in the LP to be the snatched wig party, JC.
Who would that be? Who would be the snatch wig? But yeah, I'm with Jess there. She says, this is why I just do my own thing and donate money towards my parking and capital and yes, thank you very much. Exactly. It had the potential to be something.
Well, and wasn't that what it was supposed to be? Like for Jess, like her whole thing that she's been yelling about forever, and get involved locally. Like the whole reason behind the Mises Caucus to begin with was to get into local politics, build from local, because that's where we could make the most difference there. And then what happened as soon as they got power? They went on a national tour to suck each other's dicks, and then said, "Oh, well, just wait till the next convention 2 years from now, so we can get Dave Smith to run for president." How did that work?
Which he was never going to do. He was never going to do that. Just so we're all clear.
Never.
That was never going to happen. And anyone that fell for that, I'm so sorry, but you're a mark, a jabroni mark. If you fell for that,
working yourself into a shoot.
A man who makes plenty of money off of a podcast where he gets to make his own hours so he can be at home with his family. Why on earth would a man like that, who's comfortable with his life, want to run for president as the Libertarian candidate? He is a smart man. He's a smart man, unlike most of these people. He is a smart man, not a jabroni mark, and he can see the writing on the wall. And he paid attention when I wasn't even. I thought I still had hope, but he obviously knew things we didn't, and he said absolutely not. Sold us yes, JC, yes, sold a bill of goods, and yes, they were all about the local, and instead of actually doing that, they just turned complete. And then that's all they were going to do. They said, we're just going to fundraise for this federal thing so that we can fund the local. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, the old guard. They left us in so much debt we can't do anything. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I guess that's why so many of these cloud chasers are asked to sleep on people's couches, right, Jess?
Yes, probably, because they're all poor until they, I don't know, weird.
I don't know.
So
and then the main thing that I know was the thing that was the straw that broke my back, and I think it was close to what happened with you, was you had the whole Heiss and Jeff Douglas beefing with LPNH. And then they confiscated all of the New Hampshire Mises Caucus stuff from the people that ran it took all the keys from all their social media and everything that they were doing and just like said fuck you, and they beefed with LPNH the whole time. And I'm just like, nah, this is so no, we're not here.
It was
just
the exact same thing that they had done
beforehand
in Pennsylvania.
No, it was the thing that they did in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, beforehand, because I remember I was at the Florida convention when that whole New Hampshire takeover happened, when they stole all the, the bank accounts and the social media accounts and everything like that. And the whole oh God, what was his name? See, I can't even remember what the queer's name was that was the chair of the LNC at the time. But yeah, it just felt like it was. No, not Sarwark, the other guy.
What was his name? God, what a dork.
Yeah, no, exactly. But either way, it's like I saw that and I'm like, you guys are doing exactly the same kind of things. You have Michael Heiss is not God.
No.
And I know you telling him that he needed to step down on Twitter is what got a lot of people that you thought you were cool with turn their back on you. And I know that was kind of BS.
This is there are no kings, man.
No.
And you're not God. And you're an amazing, amazing fundraiser. You are good at your job. But I don't think we need to hold political fundraisers on pedestals, and they're not free from criticism, especially from the people who donate money. And I said a big no-no. I said a big no-no in our MC sphere, and I got it was bad. It was a little heartbreaking, frankly. It was just heartbreaking because I just thought, like, who cares what I think? Who am I? Who cares? Who cares?
No, then you caught blocks and you just caught.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Just ghost you.
Dude, they were just like, they were DMing me, just like, never talk to me again, never, just all kind of nasty. And I was like, man, I thought it was, I thought we were cool. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was like bigger than a freaking caucus. It's politics, dude. It's politics. It's sport. It is sport.
No, exactly. It's like I'm still friends with like most of the people that I got involved with down here in Florida. I'm still friends with, and it's like that's what I care more about anything is like the friends that we made along the way, right?
Yes,
I don't give a shit about a political party, and that was like the biggest thing. Is like that's why I'm like, this thing is so ineffectual. It's never going to do what people think it's going to do. It's a waste of time to get involved with the party. The people that you meet and the people that you build community with, the people that you make connections with, that is what really mattered. And that's what, I took from it. I mean, look at one of the people that I made. Hey, she's right here on the other screen. And I actually happened to marry her. I know why, but I don't know why she married me. But that's neither here nor there. But I think we've beat the dead horse on that LP thing a little bit.
Aspet's here. Hey, Aspet. Yes. And that's all I'll say. I'll wrap up with this. Like,
go ahead. I
am so thankful. I just made my 5th year Twitter anniversary. That is crazy that it's been 5 years. An entire life has been lived and then some in those 5 years. Yes, Roman. Yes, that's Roman. Exactly right. And the trajectory of my life changed when I got on Twitter. Like, that sounds insane because Twitter is not a real place, yet everything about my life changed from the time I got on Twitter and met the friends that I made and then made the connections from there. Flew all over this continent to get to libertarian hangouts because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. If we don't build our own community strong, which is what I always said, if our community is not tight and strong and together, which is libertarian, so you can't ever have that. But that's what makes it. That's the fabric. And without that, you have nothing. So as long as you have all these people that are pure to, they're pure with their purity tests and all this, like, you're never going to have a party. You're never going to have anything like they have ever. So stop, but I am thankful for the people and the friends that I have made, because without them, my life it would look way different. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for all of it. So even I've been around long enough to have built bridges and burned them. And I'm just really grateful for the ones that are still standing. And it's really neat. It's neat when you have internet friends. It's neat to have friends that you're really close with that you never see. And when you do, you don't have to explain anything. You don't have to tell them. They get your jokes. They get your sarcasm. They understand. It's very special. It's special. And I'm really, really thankful that I just like did it. You know, I just like was like, I'm so bored and I cannot scroll Facebook anymore. So I just stopped scrolling Facebook and I was like, I'm just going to get on Twitter. I'm just going to scream into the ether. I don't even care who can hear me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to do it. But like, I'm just on there. I just basically, I'm talking. Yeah. I'm either getting the news or I'm talking shit to my friends. That's what I do more than anything. I'm like, we've had friends of ours, like Kyle and Sarah.
Yeah.
Like they just had their baby and like they've come here, they've hung out, they've stayed the night at our house, they've hung out with our dogs. You know, we've gone to Orlando and eaten dinner and gone to freaking, what was the name of that dessert place that we went to? It was like the Sugar Factory.
The Sugar Factory.
The Sugar Factory. This place, if any of you get a chance to go to the Sugar Factory, it is like the most ratchet. It's like a
oh my god!
It's like a nightclub, but for dessert. Like people are coming out with like giant bowls of like ice cream with fucking sparklers going off. With like those
sparkler things.
Freaking club music going off. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And yes, and it's all like 2000s. And then they had this weird like video wall that's showing red carpet appearances of like the Kardashians, which okay, but it's from 2008, 2009. Like, that's weird. And, like, they didn't get any new footage, you know? I don't know. Like, you would think, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah, it's like Lindsay Lohan, 2010. You know? Like, what? And they're playing, Yeah, by Usher. Yeah, did somebody say sparklers?
Sparklers.
Sparklers in the ice cream, yes.
But these are, like, the giant, like, Roman candle-type sparklers.
Not the ones
Not FM sparklers.
No, not those. Those are cute and
do I have faith in her that she could pull off these sparklers too?
But you don't have to try. Please don't. It doesn't seem safe. It just feels like you'd burn yourself. It would not, I don't know.
Mr. FM would not.
It was terrible. It was yeah, it was so ratchet. God, it was so ratchet. But we did have a good time just like being in there together. You know, the four of us at the bar watching all these ratchet. It was very dark. It was very dark. And that was what made it like so. We were just watching this, and these bowls of ice cream. Let me just reiterate: these bowls of ice cream are like $50, like $75 for fucking ice cream. And there's like teenagers in there getting this, and I'm like, this makes sense. This makes sense.
That's Orlando. That's iDrive, baby. You got a great experience with that one.
It was tough.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time we're going to start wrapping up a little bit.
Is it what's next?
I think it's time for our closing segment. And that would be Base Week Ever.
All right.
And so for this week's episode of or segment of Base Week Ever, we figured it was kind of fun. We want to do some lists sometimes. And this week we decided that we're going to do our top 5 lists of either conspiracies or mainstream narratives that we no longer believe anymore. And I'm going to let you kick this off, CD.
Okay.
With the first one. And here, let me share the screen real quick. And this will be your first conspiracy theory or narrative that you no longer believe.
Is it Santa? Yes. I very much believed in Santa till probably way too old. But in my defense, my mother worked for the mall when I was growing up. And when I was in the 3rd grade, I'll never forget it. When I was in the 3rd grade, my mom brought the Santa suit home from the mall and made my dad dress up in it. And then she recorded him with the old video camera, okay? And like was ducked behind the couch and was acting and was like whispering. It was like, look, there's Santa. And she was so mean about it too. She was like, look how slow he moves. And like, I'll never forget that. I'm like, dang, moms are roasting Santa. This is terrible. Anyway, and like, but they put our gifts in this red sack and like took them out. And y'all, when I tell you, I took this video everywhere. You know the meme of like the guy from The Incredibles? It's like, it was him. That was me with this footage. Like, I was like, Mom, I have to bring this to school to show people, to prove that Santa exists. And she's like, I really don't think we need to do all that. It's really okay. No, I demanded she bring that video camera to school. So they ended up recording it on VHS. And then I brought it to school. And my poor teacher, I'm sure she. But yeah, so I really, 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 really believed in Santa. And then I was very much heartbroken when I found out that it was not real. Santa's not real. And I was like, but who was in my house when I was 9? And that's, when I learned that it was my dad. And,
it was Clay.
It was, yes. And he probably did move slow because it was the middle of the night and he was tired and had to put on a freaking Santa suit. He got drunk on New Year's Eve, had to wake up and do that. Oh my God. But yes, Ronan, Klaus is my favorite. I showed it to Duke. It is my favorite Santa origin story ever. I love it. Every December, we watch a Christmas movie every day.
Every day.
Christmas. Every day. We watch a Christmas movie.
Luckily in October, we can watch a horror movie every single day. Then we get to December, we get to watch a Christmas movie every single day.
He makes it sound like it's not awesome, okay? I'm there.
When we get to watch Die Hard, it is pretty awesome.
I like themed parties, okay? I like themed parties. Anyway, so I agree, Ronan. Klaus is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
It was really
but yeah,
good.
Santa is my first one, and I no longer believe in him, except for
your number 5.
That's my number 5. Yes.
Okay. All right. So next.
What is yours? Oh, nice.
Yes. So for me, it was the OKC bombing. I don't. For 1 second, I don't believe the official story. I don't think Timothy McVeigh acted alone. I don't think Timothy McVeigh probably even did it, to be honest. At least not without federal government help. I think it was 100% a false flag. And like, in case you're like not familiar with this individual, I got to give all the credit to Jose. No Way Jose.
1000%. Yes.
He did a big series on his show, No Way Jose, talking about was Terrence Yankee.
Yes.
And let me pull this up here. And like the thing that like really, like, it's kind of like with the Clinton, thing is like, oh, how did this person die? Oh, he committed suicide in like the most insane possible way. It's like 3 days before he was meant to receive honors, he was discovered dead in a field in his hometown. He died from a gunshot wound to his head, which was angled at a downward trajectory, and was found with cuts on his wrists, arms, and necks, but it was still ruled a suicide. It's like it's like that alone, and he was the first. He was the first man on the scene. He was the first responder saving people. So clearly, he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, and he was taken out. And I mean, you see right here, he was a young father, had a little baby there, but it just shows that they don't give a shit. I mean,
yeah,
if you get in their way, they'll just take you out. And this is the one that, that's out there that I can't even come close to believing anymore.
At all. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. it. And then I know, what was it? And Michael Moore's, I think it was Bowling for Columbine, which I think is his best movie that he did.
Absolutely agree.
He interviewed Timothy McVeigh's brother, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
Talking, and he actually was acquitted from all crimes and everything. He was supposedly involved with it. So, yeah. All right, on to the next. CD.
Yeah, the moon landing. So, of course, when I was a kid, I was like, I went to the Smithsonian and I saw, the replica and the spacesuits and the shuttle, and I just saw all the things, and I just really, really, I believe this 1,000%. I was a firm believer that we landed on the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Dude. Never once did I think about who was filming it ever. I mean, I'm a little kid, right? And then one day, I learned, and then I was like, I did start to ask, well, who was filming? And no one can answer that question. You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, who took this shot?
Yeah, I just never really thought about it. I don't know.
It's like the simplest little question.
Right, but and then eventually I did learn that no one can tell me who filmed it, and now I'm done. That's it. That'll be that. We did not land on the moon. It was a good movie, though.
I gotta try and find this thing.
Okay.
All right, never mind. It's too late.
Okay.
I was gonna look for. I know I shared it with you. It was like some Italian guy. He was like yelling at his son, trying to he's like, "This is fucking bullshit." He's like, "You see this? They're bouncing around. Who put the fucking camera there? How did they just watch it go up into the sky? They just left the guy there on the moon. It makes total sense." It's like, oh wow,
exactly.
I've never heard it put so simply and so concise. It's like, yeah, this doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. People just bought it hook, line, and sinker. And
I was in college.
And like me living. Us living where we are now in the Space Coast, and me living here like my whole life, I've been watching rockets and space shuttles and everything go up my entire life. Like I was here when like Columbia blew up when it was on re-entry. We get to watch Elon play with his rockets
all the time.
You just walk out in our backyard and we can just watch it shooting up into the sky.
You can hear the sonic boom from our living room.
No, and so it's just like to have that just like around you at all times, and have Kennedy Space Center not too far from here where we could go and visit and look at all this stuff, and it's just like, man, it's like if they can pull. And I like go back and forth. It's like, yeah, none of this stuff makes sense, but then it's like you hear like the amount of people that they have to like keep in line to keep the secret going. Kind of seems like. Everyone is super incompetent, so I don't really trust that they can actually keep it under wraps. But also, none of this makes really any sense.
But that's why we haven't gone back. That's why we haven't gone back, because I feel like they could. I feel like back then, people always say that, and I just feel like that's arguing the counterfactual almost. Like okay, just because we don't have evidence, thank you. But let me back up. No one can tell me who filmed it, first of all, period. But also, they're in a file. There's everything to do with this scenario is in a file somewhere, and everyone that was a part of it that knew about it. I just think it was a really small crew. I don't think you need that big of a crew, and I think you can keep it under wraps. I do. I don't know if you could today. But I think back then, you absolutely. People were like. Deranged.
Yeah, in the 60s, no one knew.
Yeah, people were deranged with stuff like with I don't know, with the Cold War and shit. Like they were just so deranged, and we have to do this. If we don't do this, the American people. I mean, it was all about optics. That's all the Cold War was optics. So why not say that this is made up? Like, why not make this up just to say that they did it first? And what's Russia gonna do? They can't say that. They can't argue it.
Yeah, no.
So I'm just saying, people, a small enough crew with enough money can absolutely keep their mouth shut, or be dead, or not unalive.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite parts of the whole conspiracy theory with the moon landing is I mean, of course, like everyone claims that Stanley Kubrick was the one that filmed it because they took a Space Odyssey, and it's like, oh well, he filmed all this and he figured all this stuff out, so we got to have him involved with the filming of the moon landing. Well, when you watch The Shining, which came out in like 1980, there's so many Easter eggs throughout the movie, like hinting towards the moon landing. Like Danny is actually wearing a Apollo 11 sweater,
and he has a toy, and he has like a
he has like a space shuttle toy. Then you have the twins that is like a symbol of the Gemini program. There's just a lot of little things like Easter eggs sprinkled out. There's like a really good documentary. It's called Room 237, and it is about the making of The Shining and all the conspiracy theories surrounding that movie. It's actually really, really good. But that is one of the ones that they touch on throughout the movie. So that's worth looking at.
Bring JC's comment up. That's so true. AI is the new Cold War arms race. Yeah, no doubt. I think so too. I think I've said that. It depends on who's feeding it, and it's about who. It's a race to the bottom, just like the arms race was. It's a race to the bottom.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, because what is it? That's the argument that a lot of people make. I'm like, oh, we have to corner the AI market and learn how to weaponize it or use it to our advantage, because if we don't, the Chinese are going to do it.
Right.
So
it's the same thing.
Here you go. Here you go. I want to see Wes Anderson direct the next moon landing. It would be such a quirky move.
The Wilson brothers, and Ben Stiller.
It would be like Fantastic Mr. Fox. It'd be all like claymation.
But it'd be like, yes, but claymation, yes. Oh my God, yes. I love it. Yeah. So okay, what's my next one? What was my next one?
My next one.
Your next one.
Yeah, my next one is the Bermuda Triangle. Now, when I was a little jit growing up here, I mean, I grew up right around here. For anyone that is looking at the screen, but I believed 1,000%, because like we watch Unsolved Mysteries, we fall asleep to Unsolved Mysteries every single night. Just something about Robert Stack's voice is just so soothing. But I bought the Bermuda Triangle hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, oh my God, all these things are disappearing. Like everyone's dying. There's sunken treasure and all this stuff, and it's right off the coast. It's right off here. It's like, man, this is crazy. Then I went and thought about it. I'm like, wait. As I got older, and I go, wait, we go to the Bahamas all the time. And the Bahamas are right in the Bermuda Triangle. How come we've never disappeared? How come we've never crashed? It's like, I thought this was just some area that no one can survive. And then the older you get, the more you realize, like, wow, this is just like a really kind of like treacherous area in the Atlantic. And the Atlantic is just a really treacherous ocean.
Yeah.
Alone. And like, was it all your kids in school are crying about freaking Thank you, Forrest Mommy. But like your students are freaking out about the freaking hurricane that's out there, and it's out by Bermuda, and they're all like, "Oh my God, it's coming right towards us." It's not coming anywhere near us.
Not coming anywhere near us, guys.
But that just gives you an idea of like all these storms, you know, the bad weather, the Gulf Stream, and everything that comes through there. It's like, yeah, it's treacherous for the boats and these planes that are, if you are like not experienced, or even if you know, bad things happen out there. Bad things happen in the ocean. So,
right. Yeah.
Sorry, I went back. The Bermuda Triangle is just an excuse to traffic people.
Definitely. 1,000%.
I think you've cracked the code, JC.
I think you cracked it. That's it, JC. That's it. You did it. You solved it. That's it. We're calling Unsolved Mysteries right now because we just solved it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember them posting an update on their episode about the Bermuda Triangle.
Not never.
Not never. But yeah, that was my next one. So yeah, moving on.
Okay.
Here's a fun one.
Okay, so until I was a teenager, believed that the Civil War was fought over slavery, and it's not. It was not. And so I, was like, of course, they of course, why would they fight against freeing the slaves? And it was like, well, they told me, they fought against freeing the slaves because they needed people to till the ground. And then I said, well, my family was farmers, and we did our own ground. We tilled our own and grew our own stuff. So like not everybody owned slaves. So people just like fought. So they wouldn't have been fighting to not free the slaves because they didn't have any. What would they care?
Yeah. Now the vast majority of Southerners did not have slaves.
Of course not. Of course not.
No.
And so my family was sharecroppers. Shit. We were poor. Shit. And you know what? So I just like, that was such a lie. Like that was such a lie.
Well, and not only that, now a lot of the charters and everything for when they seceded, a lot of the southern states did claim that it's like, yes, to preserve the institution of slavery. But that is not why the North invaded. That's not why the North declared war. That is not why you see quotes from Lincoln and all different kinds of politicians and people from the North saying like, no, we started this war to preserve the Union. We can't allow these states and this whole southern part of the country to leave. So they're like, if we can keep the Union together and we have to keep slavery, we will. The biggest lie, I think, regarding the Civil War is that the North fought it to free the slaves. What was it? One of my last years in college, or my last semester in college, I had to do one of my classes was Civil War and Reconstruction, and it was all about this stuff. And I had to read a ton of primary sources, like articles from that time. And one of the articles that I wrote that really stuck with me was that the reason why the Emancipation Proclamation was done to free the slaves was basically the South was strongly considering offering freedom for service in the military, because they knew that the cause of independence and secession was more important than preserving slavery. So to stop the South from enlisting all the slaves, the able-bodied slaves, to join the military, to give them land, to give them citizenship, to fight for independence, they decided, oh, well, we're just going to free the slaves. And what does the Emancipation Proclamation say? It's only for the states that were in active rebellion. So all the slaves in Kentucky, all the slaves in Maryland, they didn't get freed. They got to keep their slaves.
Yeah.
But it was all these other states that really they had no actual authority over. So they're just telling all these people that, oh, well, if you escape and then you come across the border, Mason-Dixon line, we'll give you your freedom. And then what did they do when they got them? They rolled them in and conscripted them.
Yes. Handed them a gun and told them to go stand on the front line.
Yeah, they needed those bodies to put into the military.
It was never altruistic. It was never hero versus villain. It was never any of that. And I fell hook, line, and sinker for it for most of my life and like defended it. And then now I just look back and sound so dumb, like reading what I've read. I'm like, wow, people, the history really is written by the victors, really, really is.
Yes.
That's such an example of it. So
I mean, yes, slavery was mentioned in the Confederate Constitution, but the whole thing, like we're mentioning, is like, that's not why they fought the war. That's not why the North came in and did what they did. It was after the fact, after they knew it was a military strategy to undercut the South, then it became about freeing the slaves. Yes. And yes, the South definitely seceded after a long line. It was like one thing after another. Great book. What is it? Impending Crisis?
The Impending Crisis is my favorite book on the subject.
Yeah, it's about everything from bleeding Kansas to all the tariffs to everything that was done leading up to the war. And then
how many constitutional conventions did the South have where they could not agree? They could not agree to save their life. They would have to disband and have to come back. And then something really bad would happen. They'd come back, they would come back together, and then they'd say, then it's, do we really want this? Is this really, and then another act of and then it just snowballed. So yes, Duke, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't over. They didn't get together and just, how do we keep our
We have to-
slaves?
yeah, we have to-
like that was like not it.
No, the biggest thing was like the North didn't give a shit.
No, they didn't give a shit.
Mostly the North, the vast majority of the people in the North did not want to compete with black labor.
No,
It was all about free white labor. Keep free labor white. They did not want to have to compete with all those people being freed and coming up. So if most of the North had their way, they would have avoided the war. They would have kept the South in, and they would have kept slavery in place, because then they wouldn't have had to compete with those people.
Exactly.
All right.
So
on to the next. Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Oh,
The
good
Japanese
one.
attacked Pearl Harbor completely unprovoked.
Yep.
Yeah, that one, and that's a big one because
That's
I had both of my grandparents fought in World War II. I mean, both my grandfathers fought in World War II. So this is one of which never talked about it ever. We didn't know what he did until he died, going through all his stuff, and then we found all his like pictures from his units, his medals, his records, all that kind of stuff. But the idea that it was completely unprovoked, and the fact that we weren't into the war until Pearl Harbor happened. Not even talking about like what they did with the Japanese, like the oil embargo and all that other stuff. We were actively in the war in Europe with Lend-Lease. Like,
yes,
they came up with the Lend-Lease program that was completely bullshit. They're saying, well, it's neutral. Anyone can apply for this. Anyone can be a part of the Lend-Lease program. Even technically, Hitler could have been a part of the Lend-Lease program. But there was only one country that they were working with the Lend-Lease program, and that was England. And they were constantly funding and sending all these weapons, all the money, all the munitions to the Brits. Kind of basically like what we're doing with Ukraine right now. Like, to say, like, we have nothing to do with Ukraine at the moment. It's like, oh, we're not involved in this war. And we're completely... Then why the hell is Trump and Putin meeting in Alaska right now for peace?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, so it's like the same type of thing, and it's been happening forever. But back then, like, it got to the point where, all right, well, we stepped in shit, and then the Japanese had to come over and fuck us up. And then the whole idea that it was like a complete surprise was also bullshit. They have plenty of reports of like submarines off the coast that they knew they had intelligence that something was imminent, just like 9/11. Something was imminent, something was going to happen. And then it just so happened to take place to push us into war. And so, like, the idea of like, damn those Tojos, you know,
right?
They came and they killed all these men. It's like, yeah, they killed Americans. Fuck them. They got nuked because of it. And that's why no one cared. And that's why the Pacific was so much more brutal than the European.
So much more brutal.
Like, they're like cutting off heads, boiling skulls, and sending them home. It was like such a big problem that they had to like go through people's mail before they sent stuff back home, because they're sending Japanese skulls. Like, I remember going to the World War II Museum in New Orleans, and they have a whole section, and they just have a box full of skulls that people are sending home. I'm like, this is insane. But
it's like Heart of Darkness. I always imagine Heart of Darkness is just like, I know it takes place in the Congo, but I always felt like that was the same kind of sentiment, where that kind of, just like that kind of jungle fever can drive people freaking mad, and to do crazy shit like that. We're like, you know what? There's so many of them. And they never stop coming out the tree ever. They're always around, and they're coming out of tunnels, and they're coming out of the ground. They're like freaking, bugs. So yeah, I think it just like
bugs. That's not PC, baby.
It takes a toll. It takes a toll on you.
It does. And then yes, the island hopping. It was
tough. That was so tough.
So yeah. All right. So on to the next.
Oh,
here's a good
that's
one.
Mine.
Yes,
okay.
This is yours.
So I remember this from middle school. Maybe you guys will too. So I firmly believed at one point that Marilyn Manson had ribs removed so he could suck his own dick. And I don't know if you guys believe this, but I definitely looked at that guy and was like, probably.
He definitely did this.
I mean, he looks, sure. I mean,
Well,
why not?
Well, and here's the beautiful thing about
he did all this weird stuff to his face.
Yeah. Here's the beautiful thing about this theory or urban legend is that this is back in the 90s. This is back before cell phones, back before real access to the internet or anything. And somehow, like little middle schoolers or elementary school kids were able to spread enough rumors. It's like it just went like wildfire. It's like, Marilyn Manson on the playground talking about Marilyn Manson removing his ribs so he could suck his own dick.
Then we went to summer camp and we met kids at summer camp, and then we told the kids at summer camp, and we were like, "Oh, shh, don't tell anybody." But just so you know, I don't know if you know this, but Marilyn Manson, yeah, he had bones, he had ribs removed so he could suck his own dick. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm still not 100% convinced that it isn't true. I mean, it's true. Will Drower.
I don't know. He's weird. I mean,
he is a weird motherfucker.
He's just a weird dude. I saw him live, and he was way too drunk.
When you saw him live?
Oh yeah, dude. He was so drunk. And you know what? He was not nice to. He was not nice to the lady that was doing the sign language on the side of the stage. And that's when I was like, I'm not watching this. He's obviously really messed up, and I'm going to go watch something else. That was at Voodoo Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so drunk, dude. He was just like, and he was like, okay, so if I say and he was saying all these really nasty things that aren't even really, really homo things, not even funny, sexy stuff.
Well, he does suck his own dick, so that
exactly.
Is
so that's what I'm getting at. Is now that I'm saying these words out loud, it's 100% true.
Yeah, I think we need to remove this from the list because I think we need to all ribs intact. Well, conspiracy theory intact.
Yeah, Ricky.
Definitely do this.
I'm glad we discussed it. I'm glad we worked through it because I mean I'm pretty sure.
Well, my question is now, why did he have someone doing ASL for his show? Could you imagine having to sign?
No, the best signer I ever watched was at Bonnaroo 09 for 9 Inch Nails Closer. And I've seen others do, I've seen 9 Inch Nails 4 times at different festivals with signers. And
how did it go?
At Bonnaroo,
how did fuck you like an animal?
Yes.
What did he do for
Closer.
fucking like an animal?
No, this lady was getting it on the stage. She was.
Was he fucking her like an animal? Was that the ASL?
Yes, it was. So this lady, but she put her whole body into it. That's all I'm saying. She put her whole body into her. I don't speak sign language, but she put her whole body into it. And that was really impressive. Okay. Yes, Tony, fair. They are. Oh, nice. But this particular one at Bonnaroo was excellent. But most of the time they are flamboyant and really annoying. But that one was I think she was on one. It was Bonnaroo, so of course, but
so
she was on one.
Was on one. All right, you ready for moving on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Right.
This is mine. Now this isn't exactly how some people might take it. I don't believe it was stolen. I don't believe for 1 second that the election was stolen. I don't believe that there was fraud, massive fraud in this election. I just think they changed all the if you want to say they rigged it and they fucked with the rules to ensure that Biden won. Yes. But I don't think there was massive fraud. There wasn't they're out here printing out these ballots and putting them in there and they all say Joe Biden. No, they changed the rules so everyone could sit on their ass, fill out their mail-in ballot, and then they had all these operatives go door to door, collecting ballots and be like, oh, how many people are registered to vote in your house? Oh, 3 of them didn't fill it out. Well, hey, get them and fill it out real quick.
turn him into me, because you have to defeat that Nazi Donald Trump. I mean, that's what happened. Nobody voted for Joe Biden. People either voted for Donald Trump or voted against Donald Trump. And it was just, you look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania changed their constitution. They actually violated their state constitution to pass mail-in voting. But the freaking Supreme Court goes, oh, well, nothing has happened yet, so you have no standing. And then the election went through and they're like, oh, well, we can't change the results of the election. So like, if you want to say like, that's how they rigged the election and that's how they stole the election from Trump. Yes, I'm all on board with that. But the whole idea that there was massive fraud in this election, I think that's 1000% bullshit. Like, you can't commit that level of fraud. No more fraud than they already do. Like, I'm sure there is some fraud in there. You're muted, Carolina. What were you saying?
There's always fraud in that.
Yes.
I have very little faith in the purity of elections, especially federal ones. I like that Florida has a paper ballot. That's kind of cool. But I definitely, I don't think any election. I've worked elections. I've done this. They're not. Yeah, I don't believe any that it's 100% fair.
Yes, gerrymandering, especially when it has to do with getting electoral college votes, like bringing in illegals and then having them be counted on the census and then having them give you more congressional seats. Yes, that's just a game that they play. But no, there wasn't just. I don't think they hacked into Dominion.
No, no more than they already do.
No more than they already do. Yeah. So there was nothing too special about it. But that's mine. It's like, I do not like. I remember watching Wisconsin and all that. I'm like, oh man, what the fuck is going on here? And then the more and more I look at it, I'm like, you know what? I think they just have people hated Donald Trump.
Yeah.
A lot of people still hate Donald Trump. I don't particularly like Donald Trump. I mean, I voted for him twice because he's better than the alternative.
Voting for the alternative because between a shit sandwich and a what is it? Turd and shit sandwich.
A douche and a turd sandwich.
That's it. Yeah.
No.
So basically,
and then you have a gay communist.
Oh yeah, then the gay communist. Oh yeah, that was good. That's what we need. Mm-hmm. Rainbow flag waving. Jesus Christ.
Wearing masks.
Jesus H Christ, dude.
Another reason to leave the LP. We had a nice socially distanced Thanksgiving. We're doing it just the way we're supposed to.
You're gross. Get out. Get out. Get out.
All right. You're number one.
Okay, my number one. I thought that Biggie Smalls and Tupac were victims of gang violence, only to learn that Diddy is a Fed, Tupac's mother is a Fed. Just to know that the Feds and then I learned about the crack. I learned about all of it. I learned, all of it. And then it was like, oh, well, they were just pawns in a big game. They could not exist after a certain point. And Tupac's mother wanted out of jail. I think she had her son killed. I think she said, I don't care if he dies. And he'll be a martyr for the rest of his life.
And she's got all these millions of dollars.
He has all these
how many albums? He released more albums after he died than he released when he was alive.
Yeah, the estate is insanely rich. It's insanely rich. No, and look, I'm not arguing. I mean, Diddy could have been in on it because he's a Fed. Like I just thought that this was like a pure gang, East Coast, West Coast, blah blah blah. I believed that narrative and then learned about it, and that was one that I was like, damn.
No, JC, he's alive in Haiti. Okay, get it right.
They killed Biggie, dude. They killed them. I like them. Why do they have to die? They were. So anyway, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe he's not dead, but he's certainly not making music anymore, and not any new music, right? And the new stuff, but I don't want that. And I don't even with what they do. They did a hologram a few years ago at Coachella.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that? Terrible idea. That was awful. Now they're doing it, right? Like with but it was a little bit before its time, but it was too weird.
He was absolutely very feminine.
Very feminine. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, all right. So, little sides.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know how real this is, but talking about this, and from what I've been told, when I was in the Army, I've knew a couple of guys that were black guys that were extremely feminine, like he was. And of course, you think they're gay, obviously, just the way that their mannerisms are and all that. But from what I was told is that this is very common in guys that are raised by single moms and have no men in their life. So like if you have no like uncles or obviously fathers in the home, black community, blah, 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 that thing is been played out. But when you have that single mother and like all they know is being raised by the mother, they have no male influence at all. They just obviously pick up on all the feminine tendencies and the feminine mannerisms, and they have the feminine voice and everything like that.
That's really fair. I know we're all fatigued, but like, it's fair. I mean, if you don't know what men and all
yes,
you ever
Tony.
see, and like what you see is on movies, and what your mom from a prison cell is telling you what a man is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then yes, and then you meet a dude like Dr. Dre, definitely
With the baby oil.
Yeah, I mean, they yes.
You forgot Jay-Z, JC.
Did he learn that from somewhere? And so I don't know. This was just one that I really like. I believed the VH1 behind the music with Biggie Smalls' mom crying, like with that, her gray hair, curly gray hair. Y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all saw it too. And and she's like, "That's my baby," and like they killed my baby, and like you listen to that, and like I believed that. I believed the VH1 behind the music. I did. And then I got older, and then I learned, and that one was tough. That one was just tough. Like, I did not want, like, why do they have to get mixed up in it? Why can't y'all just leave them alone? Leave them alone. Go, I don't know, go fight somebody else, but leave the artist alone. We like them. So anyway, and I'm not that big of fans. I'm really not, but it was just like, yeah, I don't know. They just felt like casualties. And I guess they were, because they couldn't all exist. Diddy needed him gone. Whoever needed him gone.
Yeah.
They had to go.
Okay. And now on to my last one.
Your last one. Let's see. Oh, Watergate.
Yeah. This is one that like in the last year or so that I, started thinking a lot about and hearing more about, and like I just bought his biography, and I really want to dig in. It's like I am going to start going down this Nixon rabbit hole, but I no longer believe the whole Watergate scandal narrative, and there's like twofold. Russiagate, everything we know about Russiagate, and it's like they're doing all this today. In the 60s and 70s, what the fuck could they have gotten away with back then? And it's like, so we already know that these intelligence agencies, they assassinate presidents. They're not, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could set a president up and stage a coup in this way. They tried to do it just 10 years ago, or less than 10 years ago. So, and then when you look at it, it's like, okay, Deep Throat was like the assistant FBI director.
Yeah.
What was it? Woodward was a naval intelligence officer, and the first story he ever broke is the Watergate scandal. You have all these shady agents doing the break-in. You have Nixon's vice president get thrown out, and then who do they put in as his new vice president? Gerald Ford, who was on the Warren Commission. So it's just one thing after another, and he was the most popular president ever. He won more votes and had more of a landslide than any other president in the history of the country. And then he was gone 2 years later because of this. So I think, like, I've grown more and more fond of Nixon. It's like, we know certain things that he did were kind of bullshit. Removing the gold standard, opening China up to the world and all that. But
I mean,
the EPA, rent control, certain things were not good from him. But I'm like finding myself more and more kind of like interested and having an affinity for Nixon. And I really want to start digging into him and his life. And this is like a kind of a conspiracy theory I really want to start like kind of like digging into a whole lot more. But this one just smells like complete bullshit to me at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, you know how all these narratives are nonsense. And like I said, you see what they've done to Trump. Like, the biggest red pilling thing about Trump is, like, I remember during his first term, what was the line? Stop making me defend Trump.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is complete bullshit. Like,
yes.
you have to find people on both sides. It's like, all you have to do is watch like 10 more seconds of that video to know that that whole narrative is bullshit. And Biden ran. That's what he based his election on in 2020, was that lie. And I'm like, oh my God. So knowing all that, knowing just little bits and pieces about the other side of the Watergate story, it's like, I think Watergate is complete bullshit. And the intel community overthrew the elected president.
Yep.
And so that's my last thing that I had.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think the honorable mention is 9/11 for both of us. I know I was 10 when it happened, and I certainly believed that people just who didn't like us because we have freedom flew airplanes into a place where people were in New York and to hurt us. So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I was a little bit older. I'm a few years older than you, not too many years older than you. But I think the 9/11 is one that, like, it didn't take very long to be like, oh, not that the whole like Bush did 9/11 thing, but they definitely let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I learned that later in life, and you know, it did take a lot to convince me because it was pretty evident. But yeah, no, I think Watergate opened the floodgates for the corruption because they saw that they could oust him and get away with it, and no one questioned it.
No.
He's a bad guy, period. They just accepted that he's a bad guy and he needs to be ousted. And they just accepted that as truth. And I think that, you know, they saw that they could get away with that through Reagan, through HW, into Clinton, 2000. You know, that election, you know what better than I do. Yeah. Those are.
I mean, that's a good point by JC. Is like, and I was just kind of thinking the exact same thing when you think about Watergate, and even you think about Russiagate. It's like, how many times since the founding of this country have there been little either color revolutions or coups to the order? Like what we talked about with the Civil War, that is one of them because of the federal power that was taken and imposed on the rest of the nation after that. And then you have the Federal Reserve and the Progressive Era get pushed through there. And then you have FDR and everything that he wielded and crushed. And then you have JFK getting his head blown off. And then very shortly after that, you got Nixon. And then
Robert Kennedy in between there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting to think about. People are like, our threat to our democracy is like, well, our democracy has been fucking overthrown many a time in the history of this country, and it's just, kind of crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was that was a good list. That was a good job. Yeah, that was good.
We're gonna have to come up with we'll come up with another interesting one. So
Awesome.
Anything else you want to talk about, CD, before we decide to get on out of here? We're pushing up against an hour and 45 minutes.
What did I see? Oh, what did I see? Did you see the UFO stuff?
Oh, from Joe Rogan.
Yes, while we're on conspiracies, yeah. And that lady said, who was that lady? What's her name?
Paulina Luna.
Paulina Luna, yeah. And she says how she's seen things that aren't human made. Were those her words? I think those were her words.
Yeah. No, I always kind of thought that maybe there were UFOs and aliens out there, but after her going on Rogan and talking about, I've seen these things, I don't believe it one at all anymore.
Definitely not. Right? Like now we're like, nope, that's just as fake as the moon landing.
Yeah.
Can't convince me. Won't convince me because that lady said.
Yeah, the one that pretends to be Jewish, who was a stripper back in the day, and then she's talking about going into skiffs, and then she's sharing classified information on Joe Rogan. Anna Paulina, she's completely full of shit. I can't take anything Luna take seriously. I immediately assume it was just a distraction. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it because I thought it was just funny that this lady gets on Rogan and has a big old platform and you could just not say it.
Yep.
Like
go the complete opposite. Go the complete opposite of what she said.
Just was like, oh yeah, I've seen things, and it's like now you've honestly took the fun out of it. Thanks. Like it was fun to talk about. Now never mind. On to the net. Like I'm done. Like I'm not even watching ET. Fuck it. I'm not doing it.
ET isn't real.
We should add it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Should have added it to the list.
But no, that's such obvious bullshit. No. All right.
Yeah, no, I think that was awesome. That was a good episode. Thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us.
Yes.
We will probably not be doing a live stream next week. It'll more than likely be another recorded episode and edited up, but we appreciate your support. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe to the channel, whether it be on YouTube or Rumble. I promise that I will figure out the mess with Rumble and why my live stream doesn't work. So next time we do this, you guys can go on there instead of YouTube. So really appreciate your time and appreciate having fun with us in the chat. I am Duke Chastain, and that is CD McRae, and I hope you all have a wonderful and fun weekend. Thank you very much.
Take care, guys. See you soon.
Night.
Night.
Care.